What's up, fellas? Got a late start this morning. I was up late last night trying to figure out my plan of attack for this thing. You can see got some good old bags going on. What you might not know is that I have developed a crack in this frame. It's probably really hard to see. It's really small. It's right in here. And there's another one right there. But Yeti is a good company. Contacted them, and within a day they approved a warranty claim and had a new frame set out. I had the new front triangle in a matter of about, I don't know, 5 days. That's pretty good if you ask me. But I have never taken the triangle off. I've never taken hydraulic brakes off. There's some new stuff in here for me. I'm gonna put some foam in the down tube. I'm gonna put one of these foam tubes in there, one of these things. Try and keep the internal cables quiet. And I hope you stick around and check it out. I'm gonna give it a try. I don't know how well it's gonna turn out. I might have to take it down to the bike shop for some assistance, but I'm gonna give it a go. The first thing I'm gonna do is get the cranks off. Alright, there we go. Jeez, Pete, man. It's a little dust cap from the other side, a little dust cap spacer. Figure I might as well just take the chain all the way off. Make things a little bit easier. Chain not too bad a condition. Now I think my next step is to remove the wheels. Get these out the way. All right, next up on the list. I guess I'm just gonna start taking the rear triangle off. That's pretty much the next step. Or remove the dropper. So 4mm. So this is the first time I've ever removed a dropper. I've never had to put air in it. Living in Florida, the climate's pretty mild, so I don't ever have to add for cold weather or anything like that. The frick, man. How do you, All right. I think I got it figured out. Seems that a lot of people don't know that there's a little secret to putting these things on. And that you grab a thumbful on your palm and you just keep it wide open like this. Get all your fingers in there. And you just keep it out away from your hand like that as you pull it on. Doing it slower is more difficult, but anyway. You saw how the first one went on. Seems that this thing's pretty simple. All of this stuff should be finger tight if installed correctly. How about that? I've got the rear triangle loose. I think I should just go ahead and continue to take it off is the next course of action here. Take a nut and a bolt off. I like to put them exactly where they were together. Gently push this out. Don't damage the thread. That should bring the shock completely loose. Shock. Give her a nice cleaning while I'm at it. There is something you don't see every day. The switch infinity moving. You can't
feel it, or I don't know if you can even see it move when you ride it, but in fact, I don't know that I've ever seen it move, but this is rather interesting to me. So when this thing's in full open position, the shock, you don't get hardly any pedal bob, and I'm pretty sure it's because of this Switch Infinity thing. So probably 8/10 of the time, unless I'm riding on like a paved trail, my shock's in the open position and you don't really notice it. Once you get on the road, like if you're riding back on a fire road or something like that, I usually put the shock in like medium or just lock it out, and then it rides like a hardtail. But this thing's pretty cool. It'd be nice to take it out and give it a good cleaning too. Just dawned on me that I don't have any kind of bottom bracket press or removal tools. I'll probably take it to a bike shop and have them press it in nice and firm and even, so and take them out properly so that I don't mess them up. That's one replacement part I don't have. Actually, I'm gonna have to go to the bike shop anyway because I'm gonna have to get a brake bleeding tool. And so what the frick? I don't know how this comes out. And figured out that these are basically like a nut within a nut. Like this bolt was threaded into this to lock it in, and this bolt goes all the way through the dog bone into the other side of the rear triangle. Pretty sneaky, sis. That's a reference not a lot of you are going to get. You got to be pretty old to get that reference. Jeez, 10 mil. Glad it's not any bigger than that. So these are threaded on the other side, and they hold these bolts in. There's another one up here on this side too. Good. It's free! Free. I'm gonna be hanging from some cables for a little bit. So there ain't no question about what goes where. Good thing. Everything together solves so many problems. And I don't know if you can hear that, but I can feel how crunchy it is in there. So nice to get everything cleaned up, relubed. These look like 5 mils. Those are rather tight. I suppose it has to be. Pretty much one of the main linkages for the rear triangle. It's going to be moving all the time. Get everything loosened up so that it's finger tight. That way, whatever the bolts are assembling stays put. And then you can use your fingers and both hands to hold everything. While I'm not well versed at bike tech per se, I'm fairly well mechanically inclined. Been working on cars for a long time. Just doing my own personal modifications to them, exhaust, suspension, car stereo, all that kind of good stuff, which is where I got all the tools from. Okay, I'm ready to pull it. Let's see what happens. I hope this goes rather smoothly. One rear triangle. Which means I gotta, but you know, that makes a lot of noise on the trail, so I'm gonna put that tube in there, and hopefully that will quiet her down a fair amount. keeping a hand on the fork so that it doesn't just fly out. Just called my buddy Mike, and he's at the shop, so I'm gonna head down there and get that headset and bottom bracket cups pressed in. How's it going? Can I get 3 full chicken sandwiches?
3 full chicken?
Yep.
No problem.
This place is right around the corner from my house, and it's got some bomb-ass barbecue. All the barbecue places on the side of the road are the best, right?
770?
Thanks, man. Thank you. Take care. Yummy. So hungry. Yum. Nom 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 nom. We has arrived. This is Outspoken Bicycles in South Tampa.
Can you brace the frame?
Yeah.
Like a C-clamp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have used that and a couple of boards.
Yep, there's all kinds of hacks. You
Yeah.
ever watch the hacks on YouTube, like mountain bike hacks and stuff?
Yep.
Cool ones on there. So that was pretty good. This one is broke too, but I don't know. Yep. Right. Yeah, that looks good. That's it.
That's good to go.
Good to go.
We're done. That means we were one step closer. This frickin' bleed kit is, look at that, $95. It's like frickin' hurricane gouge pricing or some crap. I'm gonna get the seat post in here so that I can, since we're gonna start putting some more weight on the bike, I don't want to stop holding it up by the frame. Well, this sucks donkey balls. See anything abnormal here? Nothing sticking out of here. That's because it's all right here. So apparently, you had to really sturdily, if that's a word, tape the dropper post cable housing to this thing before you start pulling it through. So this is like, I'm sure going to add another hour at a minimum to this build, and I'm gonna sign off because otherwise there'll be a lot of angry dolphins flying up in this video. As you can see, that did the trick. Of course, I had to pull this grommet out, but dropper post installed, bitch. I was only an idiot once or twice. Okay, so twice. You can see here I got a lot of extra cable for future projects because I got ahead of myself without actually realizing what to do and cost myself another cable. So now I think I can get the rear brake cable through there, and then once I do that, then I can start reattaching the triangle. All right, I got the switch infinity all cleaned up. You can see it there. Putting a little thread locker on these. There was blue thread locker on them when I took them off, so I'm putting blue thread locker back on them when I install. So there it is, installed. Consult the manual and find out what the torque specs are for those bolts, torque them down, and then I think it's time to get the rear triangle going. Hey fellas and lady, today is a new day and I don't have a whole lot to finish up. I had to quit a little bit early yesterday, take my dog to the vet, unfortunately. Thought he'd get better overnight, but he seemed to get a little worse, so he's now again at a 24-hour vet's office. He seems to have some type of a blockage in his colon, according to x-rays. Hopefully he just needs to get some fluids and some food so that he can pass it, and all will be fine. Love that stupid dog. So I got the cranks cleaned up, got a little spacer in there, got the spindle all cleaned up, got all the grease and all the dirt wiped off the back of that. So that's ready to go in, and just give a little light coat of grease. There she goes. All right, I think that's pretty much it. I think I'm good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that the derailleur is still set pretty good. Here, she's ready for a test ride. The only thing I didn't do is bleed the brakes, which I'm definitely gonna have to. Guess I should have bled the rear brake first, because my backside is really hurting right now. Back brake did nothing. Jacked up the brand new seat. Did not feel good. Kind of disappointed that crank creaking's still here, and disappointed that I just probably cracked a vertebrae or some crap, but I'll live and learn, I suppose.
Oh. Giờ chị cái bụi. Này, go get it. Oh, go get it.